Freak George Lopez. He doesn't support his own kind. He's a Mexican version of an Uncle Tom, an Uncle Ruckus. He's trash. There's no Chuck in the door for other Hispanic actors or comedians to come in. He's a classic, good old jive turkey is what he is. Freak George Lopez, bro. He doesn't like his own people. Welcome to another episode of DC Rises, baby. This is DC Rises number 5. It's Wednesday, so you already know what it is. It's DC Rises Day. Guys, let's go ahead and get right into the news. Director Andy Muschietti. He's the director of the Flash movie that's coming out on June 16th. Make sure you guys go see that. DC Rises. He was so lit in the Flash movie that they were like, yo, hey, player, what you did with Batman in that movie, bro, can you do it like Batman in the DCU, the one we finna cast? Director Andy Muschietti said, I would love to. Yes. See, that's good. He's going to be the director of Batman Brave and the Bold. Now, I gotta say, it's not confirmed news because it didn't come from James Gunn, but all signs are pointing to him being the director. There's even a freaking video out there where he was asked about, would you do Brave and the Bold? He was like, pretty much gave it away. But yes, it looks like he's going to be directing Batman Brave and the Bold, and I think it's a fantastic choice because what he did with Batman and Flash, I could see that being done with a Damian Wayne, with a new Batman, with a new rogues gallery of villains being shown, bro, man. Excellent DC choice, bro. You see, what we're doing here in the DCU, bro, we're not doing what the DCEU did. Just let directors come from different ways and let them go away and walk away and leave and go to other projects and other companies. Nah, bro. We see talent, keep that shit right here. Hold on to it tight. It's a very MCU thing. I'm noticing that, bro. Keeping Andy Muschietti in the DCU is a great choice, and then putting him on Batman is an even more great choice. A lot of you guys will understand what I'm talking about, and those of you who have seen the Flash movie understand why this move is being made. This isn't just, oh, he did Flash, let's make him the director. Nah, bruh. It's about what he does in the movie. He has that eye. He has that ability to show epicness on screen and make you tingle, and he knows what superheroes should be. What he did with Michael Keaton, bro, I just can't say enough of, bro. That was just purely epic, bro. And I'm glad that he's going to be in Brave and the Bold directing it. That instantly makes Brave and the Bold the number 2 movie that I'm interested in and hyped in behind, obviously, Superman Legacy, of course, coming out in June of 2025. Christina Hudson, who was also in that movie, well, helped produce that movie or write that movie specifically. I don't know if you know who Christina Hudson is, but she wrote Bumblebee. That movie was mid. She also wrote Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That shit was trash. Obviously, I was like, God dang, she's kind of an anti-fake woke agendaist. So I don't really want her doing the Flash movie. That was my number one problem. Prove me wrong because she did great. When she has a guideline to go by, it seems like she knows exactly how to write well. She's a very competent writer, and I gotta keep it a buck. She's beautiful, bro. She fire, bro. Christina Hudson fired and a motherfucker, bro. I like looking at her, bro. She's like a more attractive Olivia Munn. I said it was happening. And she got that like New Zealand accent working for her. Shout out to her, bro. Is she Maori? Man, let me know in the comment section. Shout out to my people. She could be Australian, but I think that sounds more New Zealand though. Anyway, Christina Hudson is rumoredly being pegged to be the writer for Batman Brave and the Bold as well. So basically, the Flash creative team, the writer and the director. Guys, I can't tell you and stress to you enough how that is the dynamic duo of why every movie that you have ever loved is good. It's because of the writer and the director. And I would even argue that the writer is even more important and vital to a movie being good or not than the director. The director brings the writer's vision to life. It's that writing that really gets it done. And I got to keep it a buck with you. A year ago, I would have said, keep Christina away from Batman Brave and the Bold. But after seeing the Flash movie, good job. 100%. I'm down for it. This pretty much guarantees Batman Brave and the Bold is going to be a fire movie, bro. That's $1 billion. Cha-ching, check it. Superman Legacy, that's $1 billion. Cha-ching, check it. And we can't wait to see what happens with that Green Lantern series on HBO Max. I'm sorry, on Max. even though there's a Cinemax. Why the freak would y'all call it Max? Anyway, Aquaman news is coming down. James Wan had a really difficult, interesting kind of time while making Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, because from the time that he started Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom to the time where we are now, a lot of changes have been made. Amber Heard got canceled. Johnny Depp won. They basically fired her from Warner Brothers. The public don't like Amber Heard. He had to make the adjustments with her. He had to make the adjustments with the DCU. James Gunn came in. David Zaslav came in. New ushering, chopping, editing. And James Wan was really vocal about what he had to go through while he was doing Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And he said a couple of things here. So during a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, director James Gunn, when asked exactly how much adjusting he's had to do since the formation of DC Studios and the parent DCEU to DCU reset The Flash will deliver, he said, quote, "I've had to make adjustments all along the way. The DCU has been through lots of different versions, and one of the things that was challenging about this film was keeping track of what's going on." That's so interesting to me, bro, because you know, does that sound familiar to y'all? That reminds me of something. It reminds me of how Kevin Feige did the MCU. How Kevin Feige was taking planes, making calls, and going to different sets to make sure that all the directors making projects knew of the main storyline and not to go so far outside of that. This is a very MCU thing, and I think it's great. DC rises, bro. We coming, bro. This has never happened in any DC movie ever, y'all. Ever. Where they're making sure you stay and keep track of what's going on and looking at the other movies to make it line up well. That's fantastic, bro. He said, fortunately, the Aquaman universe is pretty far removed from the rest of the world. We're going to many different underwater kingdoms that are not necessarily related to what's happening in the other movies and the characters. So we're standalone in that respect. So I can tell my story on its own without it being affected too much. But at the same time, I have to be mindful of what's been happening. Epic, epic, epic statement. That tells me that one, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is going to be a lot like the first Aquaman when it comes to relevance to the DCEU and the DCU. It's far removed from that. And James Wan just confirmed that Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is kind of on its own, like it's always been. People in the Snyderverse want to take credit for Aquaman, but sorry, Jack. That's a James Wan film, had nothing to do with the Snyderverse. And neither will this. And it'll even be less about the DCU. So I think that's telling, because it lets me know that James Wan is a master of his craft. It lets me know that a whole lot of shit can happen in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Guys, Aquaman 2 is going to have some stuff in it. I don't know if you guys remember, but they delayed Aquaman 2 almost a year because of The Flash. The Flash is going to make changes, which we know of, and some that we don't, because the ending is going to be different. That Aquaman 2 had been changed and did reshoots as well. You remember that Ben Affleck and Jason Momoa were doing scenes together? Bruh, we're gonna see some Flashpoint-esque type of things in Aquaman 2, y'all. I'm telling you now, I believe there's gonna be some twisting things happening. And that's the last movie of the DCEU, guys. James is using that full-fledged to try to get more of that narrative out, to get people prepared for what's coming with the DCU, to usher it away from the DCEU. And this the movie where you might see the end of Jason Momoa's Aquaman, like I predicted, and I broke the story exclusive, right? I have some shocking breaking news to share with you guys. First exclusive right here on Jody's Corner. It's a wrap for Jason Momoa. James Wan, Aquaman is done. Where he just very might will usher out and become Lobo. You might just see it pop up in the Lobo. Yeah. What the freak? Well, we did see that Aquaman. It did make it seem like anything was possible. And Flash already did that. Flash is the thing that already could make one actor be something else. So I just think that that's fire, and that's good on him, bro. Talking about The Flash, there's a lot of stuff going on. I've seen The Flash, right? I was one of the CinemaCon watchers. There have been so many different versions. I could date back all the way to a year ago almost, where it was more like 8 to 10 months, where they showed The Flash on lot. They showed The Flash to a select audience. And the people that seen that movie was not the exact same movie that we seen in CinemaCon. And then they've been having screenings for the fans, which has been a lot of CinemaCon-esque, and they changing things out. And now they're saying that they're putting the final version out now. All of the stuff that's happening in the different versions of this movie are making people like question, what's going on? Well, I have it right here, y'all. I know for a fact that the final ending for The Flash has not been revealed yet. As of today, that could change, but I know that the final ending, even that we've been seeing up until now, up into CinemaCon, up into the recent screenings, they have been keeping the real true ending a secret. they've been keeping it away from other people that are even in the production of the movie. Some of the people in the production don't even know what's going on. That's what I'm being told. I'm being told that the real true ending still hasn't been seen yet. So that is good for me, because that means that what they did, they're even going further with it. Bro, sign me up. I can't wait to go watch this movie, bro, because now I'm getting like a whole new experience all over again. So it's like watching the movie all over, and I just can't wait to see it again, bro. I'm seeing it in IMAX at Universal Studios, bro. The ending is unknown. They've been keeping it under wraps. They went to great lengths to hide it from everyone. Bruh, what's in that ending? What you got in that ending, my nigga? I need to see this shit, bro. And the only way to see it is when you go see Flash June 16th. I'm at the earlier shit. I'm gonna watch it June 15th, bro. Go ahead and sign me up for that. Let me see that IMAX treatment. Let me see it in all of its glory. I cannot wait to see what the final ending is, bro. Good job. I swear, that's very MCU-esque. Keeping things under wrap, you know what I'm saying? Being able to keep things a secret, that's tight, bro. What has DC been for the longest time? Leak central. Leaking left, leaking right. Oh, I heard this. They said this. That all of the stuff used to be. I remember things about Wonder Woman being said, BVS, Justice League, Suicide Squad. All of the leaks were just out, and most of them, some of them, most of them, some of them not, were true. Some of them were false. But god dang, they have a lot of leaks. And it looks like with the James Gunn era, that's coming to an end. On to the next amount of news. We got, do you guys know who the Yellow Ranger is from Power Rangers 2017? Becky G. She's also a Latina singer. She's beautiful. She looked good. She looked different, but she's fire. She is Becky G. She's doing the voice of the Scarab suit in Blue Beetle, and she made her own little announcement video. Check it out. Look how fire she is.
¿Qué pasa, mi gente? It's your girl, Becky G, and I am so excited to finally be able to share with you guys that I am officially a part of the Blue Beetle familia. I have the honor of playing the voice of Khaji-Da, who is an alien symbiote who decides who she wants to give superpowers to. And when I say I could not be any more proud of what you guys are going to experience when watching this film, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, with that said, I would love for you guys to get to know a little bit more about Khaji-Da. Check this out.
Fire.
Host acquired.
Listen to me! You got the wrong guy! I'm a nobody!
This is going to be fun.
What is going on? The scarab shows you I'm is trying to become one with you.
Watch and learn.
How'd you do that? It wasn't me. It was just a suit.
Do you understand now?
Shout out to Blue Beetle, coming in August 18th. All right, look. Becky G sexy. She fire. She looks delicious. Shout out to getting a Latina in this movie with all the other Latinas and Latinos. I think that putting George Lopez in this movie was a mistake, though. Freak George Lopez. He doesn't support his own kind. He's a Mexican version of an Uncle Tom, an Uncle Ruckus. He's trash. There's no Chuck in the door for other Hispanic actors or comedians to come in. He's a classic, good old jive turkey is what he is. Freak George Lopez, bro. He doesn't like his own people. He's garbage. But besides that, Becky G being the Scarab, I don't got a problem with that. It's almost like not even worth mentioning, because if you hear the Scarab, it's all computerized and like all that. You can't even hear the Latina in her voice. You can't even tell that's her. So I guess that's exactly why they had to announce it. Oh, you know, by the way, that digital looking thing, yeah, that's me. I'm a Latina too. Look at me. Shit, I guess that's negative than a motherfucker, bro. What the freak you only announcing this shit because she Latina and she Becky G. For sure. Don't nobody give a freak about that Scarab. Keep that shit 1,000, bro. This Blue Beetle, it looks cool and all, but it's giving off the vibe of an HBO Max movie, and it's kind of giving off HBO Max vibes. I mean, I saw the trailer. I like the trailer. I like the way Blue Beetle look. I hope this movie is good, but I gotta keep it a buck. The superhero fan in me and, you know, stuff like this, bro. I think that DC knows that this is not gonna do that well. I think they know that. This is coming out on August 18th in the dead of summer. It's hoping that it makes money, but there's a lot of fire shit coming out in August, bro. It's gonna have a tough time making that money, but I hope I'm wrong, bro. It's gonna be an IMAX too. Like, that's gonna be a premium. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, bro. But if I gotta put like a estimated, I'm gonna say $450 million. $450 million I think is good for this movie because the budget of this movie is probably, if I'm looking at it, 150. So making $400 million is straight. I think that's cool and decent. Anything over 450 is a W in my opinion, bro. So that's the DC Rises news for this week. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of fire came out. I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the next edition of DC Rises. Put the hashtag everywhere, y'all. Hashtag DC Rises. Peace.
In the beginning, it's like I had to take a leap of faith. It was me in front of the camera. And I did have to take a leap of faith.